Right, everyone, sorry for the quick delay. Right, Matic. Dybala yesterday, which, to be honest with you, Dybala's getting quite a lot of mentions. I can actually see it happening, Apparently yesterday when he said his final farewell to Juventus and went to the fans to sign some shirts, take some pictures with the fans, apparently some Juventus fans have said that he announced while he was doing the lap of the pitch that he'll never join Inter Milan. You know what? He could go to Atletico Madrid. He could go to any other team. I think he'll stay in this area. We're not here to talk about Dybala, but I think it's getting a lot of mentions. I think it's something to look on because it's I can see happening. That's all I'm saying. But today we're not talking about him. Today we're talking about someone else who is a defensive midfielder. And we've talked about it many times. We need defensive midfielders next season. And we talked about him already. Nemanja Matic. Now, I think, I'll be honest with you, this is one of those deals where 98% is Mourinho. Obviously, if Mourinho wants someone, then he'll convince the Fredkins and he'll convince Thiago Pinto. But I get the vague impression that this is one of the deals where it's not like Thiago Pinto, the Fredkins and Mourinho have all decided together to put the money and to point their eyes on him. But I have a feeling 98% of the job done came through Mourinho's mind. I can't see them all three sitting down on a table and out of all the options we have, buying Matic. I can't visualize that. This is why I think he's one of the players which Mourinho really wants. We'll talk about that, why he wants him, but just bear this in mind. This is my opinion, right? I might be wrong, but it's definitely not the majority of this is Mourinho wanting him, Mourinho really wanting to work back with Matic and stuff. Now, Mourinho have an update from the last live stream about Matic is that Mourinho basically has contacted Nemanja Matic just like he contacted Dybala in that deal, but he did contact Nemanja Matic. Now Matic did announce that he will be leaving Manchester United this summer after he posted a post on Instagram saying it's been wonderful working with these players with the club. I don't know, something like that along those lines. And then Mourinho commenting in his post saying it was great to be part of such a football career, such a career with you. So there's this very close bond between our manager and Matic. There's this will of our manager wanting Matic back despite his age, and just feeling as if he can play a big part in the future projects of this club. Now, I would love to spend some time talking about Matic though, because I think once again, there are better options. That's just the way it is. I think Matic would bring one thing which I think would really benefit the entire players. And this one thing is possibly the best thing which Matic could bring. And when it comes to this thing which I'm about to talk about, Matic is probably the best out of all realistic picks we can get. Matic, if a new Roma player, would bring experience. Now, we have seen throughout the entire season how much, apart from squad depth and stuff, this is the start of a new cycle. We've said it before, big clinching piece of evidence which I like to refer to once in a while is the fact that out of the 11 players which started the quarterfinal against Barcelona in 2018, none of them are starting. That means that it is the start of a new cycle. It's the start of a new generation. We've got plenty of young players on our team. Look at Tammy, look at Zaniolo, look at Pellegrini, look at Zalewski, look at Mancini, look at Ibanez. And then we have the 2-3 experienced players. I think what Mourinho has acknowledged over the course of this season is that to get top 4, yes, it is the start of a new cycle. It is good to have as many young players as possible. There needs to be some limits of experience in the team. And this is where I think Matic comes in useful. And to be honest with you, that's the only thing Matic comes in useful. Because don't you think that Matic, if he comes, If he comes to Roma, don't you think in a million years that Matic will start. If Matic comes to Roma, he's a rotational player. This might be a big statement. I'll be completely honest with you. I can see Mourinho starting Cristante over Matic next season. Matic won't start. He will not be a starter. One, because he physically can't. He's too old. He's getting towards the end of the career. I think we've seen it at Manchester United. I think out of Fred, McTominay and him, he's by far the best out of the three. But he barely ever started. Matic, if he comes to Roma, will be a squad depth player, a rotational player. Don't think that Matic will come and start, because that won't happen. But the experience he can transmit not only within the football pitch, but he can also transmit the experience while sitting on the bench, in the changing rooms, in training sessions. That's what Matic is used for. And to be honest with you, if we would spend quite a low amount of money on him, because he will leave Manchester United, his wages for a player who is, how old is Matic? Let me quickly check. For a player who is Matic is 33 years old. For a 33-year-old, we wouldn't, his wages wouldn't be the highest. I think if we can save a lot of money on this deal, I'm totally up for it. Because I do agree with Mourinho. We do need experience as well as a good mixture of young players. We definitely need experience to try and get our objectives, 100%. But I would never start Matic in a million years if he becomes a new player. My big reason of that is because I think going forward, we need to change the way we play. Because this season we've been playing too many matches, especially like smaller clubs like Venezia, Bologna, where we lost points in both rounds. It's because with teams which park the bus, we play too slow to kind of infiltrate their defense. That has been our biggest liability when it comes to this season, when it comes to playing. The fact that we play too slow, when it comes to playing against teams which park the bus. And next season, we will need to change this. And we will need to change the way we play. We need to play way more faster football. And frankly speaking, Matic will never be playing fast football. There are I genuinely think Cristante is faster than Matic. So, Matic is a great rotational player, don't get me wrong. But he wouldn't fit in, because I think we need to change the way we play. We need to play faster football next season. And to play faster footballs, you need players like Zalewski. You need players like Korsdorp, which might not be the best, but runs a lot. You need players who run and sacrifice their energies in every match. Matic, it's not his fault. It's his age. 33 years old, he will not be able to play that style of football. This is why there are 100% better options to buy a new defensive midfielder. But obviously, if we were to buy Matic, I would still kind of expect another player to come in the defensive midfielder section. Because as I said before, Matic won't start. So if Matic comes, he will be a great rotational player. But if he's a rotational player, then it means that we're stuck with the same players in the midfielder. Which at this stage are Veretout, Cristante and Oliveira. Veretout will 90% leave this summer. Oliveira, I think Thiago Pinto still needs to decide alongside Mourinho. I think a big match against Torino on Friday and the final in Tirana will play a big part in Oliveira's future if he was to start them two matches. And that's just the way it is. I think Cristante will stay. I think Mourinho has shown, especially lately, how much he likes Cristante. But we need someone next to Cristante. I cannot even imagine Matic starting. Imagine having Cristante and Matic starting together. Like that would literally be equivalent to playing both my grandparents in the defensive midfielder section. We need a player like Cristante or Matic, which are very similar in my opinion, and we need a fast, aggressive player. The name which pops out in my mind when it comes to the profile of it is is someone like Xhaka, who's aggressive, who's young, who takes responsibilities when bad stuff happens. We need a young player we need a fast player next to Cristante next season. So Matic won't start 100%. Matic can come useful as a substitution, as a rotational, because one thing that we said this season is the improvement of the squad depth, which is so important next season. It is vital. Like I'm gonna say it. 60% of the outcomes of next season will already be determined by July and August. If we perform a bad transfer market, we're not getting our objectives next season. If we perform a good transfer market where we buy good, talented players, that's already 60% of the job done. Then the 40% remaining is giving it all. Kante is out of contract soon, what a signing he would be. Kante is my favorite player out of all. To be honest with you, if Kante comes to Roma, which will never happen in a million years, if Kante comes to Roma, if Kante comes to Roma, I will invest in basically a botanical garden to put Jamie in. That's what I'm gonna do. If Kante comes to Roma, I'm gonna build a national park, and this beauty is gonna be planted in there. 100%, mark my words. But unfortunately, Kante won't come. You can't compromise experience in football. You have envisaged a situation where a strategic player would come up to stabilize the team in direct circumstances. That's where and why Matic matters. Matic is a former great CDM, good for leadership, like you say, Simon. But I still hope we get Douglas Luiz. He has that speed and score, that fight that we need in that CDM. Yeah, I mean, I think, once again, I'm going to say it again. I think if we buy Matic, I do expect other players to come in. And one of these players could be Douglas Luiz. One of the, another player is Xhaka, as I said before. His experiences will help us so much. I think it's just, what do I really, once again, I'm giving the impression to everyone that I'm a very difficult person to satisfy. That's not true. I mean, yeah, probably yes. But just stick away from that statement. What I'm trying to say is that this summer, we cannot rush our transfer market. Because last season, don't get me wrong, we performed a semi-good transfer market. I think it could have been better. Tammy was great. Rui Patricia was great. But the rest was kind of like, eh. I have the impression that when Thiago Pinto steps up in his months, which are June, July and August, that's where he's more active, I have a feeling Thiago Pinto's got this vision where he needs to rush the transfer market to give Mourinho the players as fast as possible to then start the season the best way possible. I would much rather not buy anyone in July and buy everyone in August if that means buying better players. Because I have the feeling Thiago Pinto rushes things too much. I get the impression that Thiago Pinto's like, right, the Serie A is officially over. Right, I'm going to get a striker, I'm going to get a defender, I'm going to get a defensive midfielder, I'm going to get them all and give them to Mourinho immediately. No, he needs time. And I'm not saying Matic isn't good, but there are better options. That's just the way it is. And only focusing on Matic, in my opinion, is a mistake. We need to come up with more options. Then obviously, Douglas Luiz will benefit Roma more than Matic, because he's younger, he's more skillful, he's quicker. But Matic can be a good squad depth. So maybe we can invest on something, buy both, and sell Veretout, and maybe sacrifice a player like Maitland-Niles will go away. Diawara, Verity. You see, I think, I don't know. I get the impression Thiago Pinto's a bit too rushy when it comes to this, and I think time. Think about the players we want to invest in. Think about the money you're spending on, which is crucial, because if we just rush things, then at the end of the day, like the Viña deal is a perfect example of Thiago Pinto rushing it. Because if Thiago Pinto would have waited one more week to think about more options, we would have gotten a better deal, satisfying the money we paid for him, and probably gotten a better player as well. But the fact that Spinazzola got injured, the start of July, that immediately put an alarm in Thiago Pinto, and oh my god, Spinazzola is injured, I need to get a left back as soon as possible. And then look at the outcomes. We've just wasted money. That is where I'm going. That is where the direction I'm leaning on. He needs to be more careful, I think. 100%. I mean, when it comes to the Tammy deal, congratulations to him. But, how do you think about the Paulo Dybala situation? I've said it. I've said my thing. I have a feeling it can actually happen. I'm not joking. I have the feeling I can see it happening. That's what I mean. I can see it happening 100%. Mourinho's let me just read this before. Roma should also find competitions for Pellegrini and Zaniolo. You might not agree, but those two let Roma down low-key, and they are not creative though. Roma should look for two creative players. Pellegrini, in my opinion, I kind of agree what you say with Zaniolo, but Pellegrini for me is one of the players which you cannot remove from this team. I think removing Pellegrini has such a drastic outcomes to the team, which is Pellegrini against Venezia was by far the man of the match, because he put the heart in that game. When Pellegrini puts heart in and prioritizes the passion and the heart and the determination in games, I could see, him being the best player in the team. The thing is, he's too inconsistent. But Pellegrini is a must next season. Zaniolo does have a question mark. I do agree on him. But Pellegrini for me is just... You see, Pellegrini for me, a big offer approaches for Pellegrini. No, I just turn it down. Because he's a captain which you don't find anywhere else. Yes, obviously, you can't compare him to Totti because he's still young. But right now, I can't see any other player in this team which can have the same leadership as Pellegrini. Mkhitaryan, yes, but Mkhitaryan doesn't have the leadership. Mkhitaryan's better than Pellegrini when it comes to creativeness, but Pellegrini is miles better than him when it comes to leadership. So, and I think leadership plays a big part. Link leadership with experience, you've got a very determined team. I was gonna read a comment. Mourinho trusts Matic and knows what he's getting. He would be a utility player for seeing games and out and holding on to a lead. Says Big Sir Holy. Kante's out of contract. Oh yeah, already read that. You can't compromise. Already read that. Xhaka and Young. Yeah, I'm not saying Xhaka's on. I'm saying Xhaka's aggressive though. Xhaka might be terrible, but one thing which he has is the aggression, and that's something Cristante needs to improve on. Grealish, Kamara, or Sabitzer for me. Kamara will 100% go to Atletico Madrid. I've been reading. Kante's not a player that focuses on money. Ranieri could help Roma to convince him. I mean, I've said if Kante comes, I will build a national park for this plan. I am not joking. Mark my words. Clip this. But he won't come. That's the thing. Eriksen on a free would be amazing. Shame it's not likely. Eriksen is actually possible in my opinion. It is possible, but you see, if we were to get Dybala, then no, because they're very similar players. Pellegrini's top class. He will become even better with Jose. I agree. Pellegrini is a must. Is an absolute must. Hi, how are you? Great, thanks. How are you? I wanted you to know that I love your channel. Thank you. Love it. Absolutely love it. Is Eriksen allowed to? Oh yeah, that's a big question. That's a big. I think he can't. You're right. You're really right when it comes to that. I think he's not allowed to play in Italy. That's the thing. So yeah, Eriksen won't happen. I mean, won't happen in any club in this area. That's a really good point. So thank you for pointing it up. Do you live in Rome? I do indeed live in Rome. Right, ladies and gentlemen, I'll catch you tomorrow for the preview. It's as simple as that. I can give you my preview right now in 2 seconds. We win, we're in a Europa League, mathematically. We draw, we're giving it all. We draw, we just hope that in the last, the other teams don't win. We lose, we gambled it, and we gave it all in the final. It's as simple as that. Lazio drew yesterday, and the last second once again. God. And they are in a Europa League. That leaves one space in the Serie A. We win on Friday, we're there. We draw on Friday. We need to hope Atalanta and Fiorentina don't win. We draw. If we lose on Friday, that's where the nerves start kicking in, because we have to then win against Feyenoord in the final. It's as simple as that. But tomorrow will be the preview, more detailed players will rest, predicted 11 and stuff. So if you haven't already, please smash the subscribe button. Also, if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and smash the like button as well. And let me read final comments. What is the future of Oliveira? Yeah, I think the future of Oliveira really depends on these last 2 matches. Yeah, that's where I'm going. Pellegrini and Mkhitaryan being our best player this season. Mourinho either way will attract big players. If Roma can get Europa League, I can imagine you signing some top players. Yeah, that's another reason why we need to try and get it. We've got, yeah, I agree. You didn't go live yesterday after the Juve. Yeah, I didn't go live. I was too, because I went live for the Dybala thing. But yeah, I was watching the match. And yeah, lucky yes, but they are in a Europa League, so we need to counter attack now. Rome has agreed terms with Ola Solbakken. Is this true, and what do you think? I'm not sure if it's true. I've read it as well, but I'm gonna say it right now. I think we've based, once again, this is another really rushed deal. He plays in the Norwegian league. Not that I have anything against that beautiful country, that beautiful league, but realistic, that everyone can agree on this. The only reason why we're interested in him is because he scored against us. If we wouldn't have played Bodo Glimt, this thing of us being close to Ola Solbakken would never be a thing. It's as simple as that. But yeah, I'm not sure. Once again, I think there are better options, but I'm a hard guy to satisfy. Why am I sure we won't win against Torino? I don't think we'll win against Torino either. So yeah, but who knows? Football is football. We've seen it many times. It's the beauty of the game. And yeah, preview tomorrow. As I said before, if you haven't already, smash the subscribe button and share the link with your families and friends. So smash the like button as well, and comment in the comments your impressions of this deal. Let me read the results of the poll. In the meantime, if you haven't already, follow me on Instagram or there in the yellow box at Simon_ASR_. Right, let's see. 59% I wouldn't mind, and 41% 2 votes. Yeah, so it's fairly close. But yeah, I'll catch you tomorrow, and yeah, lads, Europa League race, bring it on. We have to get second. We have to get second. We have to get, not second, I mean second in the Europa League race, because Lazio are basically first. I mean, for us to get past Lazio, we would need to beat Torino, and then Lazio would need to lose at home against Verona. It's football, anything can happen, but yeah, that's just the way it is. But we need to try and get sixth, and yeah, if we win against Torino, it would be crazy. It would be amazing. Also for the preparation for Tirana, which is then 5 days.